So tell us just a little bit about your past year, Rich, and kind of what you've been through.
Okay, well, I had the stroke 2 years ago. What I actually had was there's two different kinds of strokes. The kind of stroke that I had was one that starts out with a blood vessel in your brain bursting. It's called an aneurysm. The medical community doesn't really know what causes them. They kind of like lay latent. I could have had it since birth, okay?
Yeah.
And so blood vessel bursts in my brain, and the bleeding that goes into my brain is what caused my kind of a stroke. I guess I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night or whatever it was. I wound up basically as a puddle on the floor, okay? I didn't realize that I had a stroke, but I wasn't able to use anything on my left side. I couldn't pull myself up. I couldn't get to my cell phone. I was just there on the floor, okay? My prayer was, God, please don't forsake me. And he didn't, okay? That was 2 years ago, December. And the medical community, they had told my children when I got there that the very best that I was going to be able to do physically was to be in a walker dragging my left side. Wow. And, you know, it's 2 years later. I'm sitting here now, okay? Thank you, Lord. I'm sitting here now, okay, with almost full use of my left side. I don't have, all the major muscles are now recovered, and I have to get my brain now to talk to my fingers so I can get the small muscle movements back. The biggest thing that I've learned from this is how good God is, how faithful God is, and how perfect his timing is. Absolutely perfect timing. It took me at least 69 years to get to the point where this experience, this stroke, is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Now, I don't believe God caused the stroke, but I believe he allowed it to happen so he could teach me what I had not learned in 69 years, and that was to be able to walk with him in the acknowledgement of his presence. God will use suffering to perfect our faith. Now, my faith is not perfect, okay? It's moving in the right direction, finally. It's just such a profound difference for me in terms of the way I used to live my life and the way I'm living my life now. When you memorize verses in the Bible, okay, like Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths, plural, straight. That particular verse he's called to my mind over and over and over and over again in the last 2 years. And it's so that I will get the full understanding. I always felt that I needed to understand something first before I could have faith in it or before I could trust it, okay? And that's a secular engineering standpoint. More than any one single thing is if I will trust him first, okay, that understanding will follow. The important thing is to trust God. Trust God with all your heart. I really believe he wants me to share this because my background is so similar to so many people in this world, and how God has shown me how to transition away from that kind of secular thinking into a thinking that is spiritual at its base, at its core, at its origin. Don't necessarily try to understand it. Just trust the process. God has a process. Just trust him. I just took a walk down the block. A couple blocks later, I saw a sign for the Atlee Community Church. I thought, well, gosh, here's a church right here. Let me see what's going on. Walked in, and I just immediately felt comfortable. The pastor took some time with me because I was there early, and I just felt comfortable. And so I guess that's the one word I would say. It's a nice simple word, just comfortable. God has been guiding my every step in this stroke. My every step in this stroke. And he has given me hope. And the source of that hope is the conviction that he's in control.